Welcome back to Hobart-Detter Field, everybody. Steve Carpenter with you, getting set for game number 2 between the Hutchinson Blue Dragons and the Sterling College Warriors Junior Varsity. Hutch won the first game 12-2 in 5 innings, and now left-hander Brian Skillman will make his second appearance of the year. Skillman is 5'11", 175-pound freshman from Stillwater, Oklahoma. Again, just his second appearance, first since February 13th, where he pitched just 1 inning against Coffeyville. We'll get into those numbers momentarily. Blue Dragons 21-13 overall. They will, and again, no record or numbers on Sterling. Here's the Warriors order very quickly. Alanis Alicia leads it off, plays third base. Damian Webster bats second and plays shortstop. Daniel Medina bats third and plays left field. Andrew Mason bats fourth and right. The designated hitter Kyle Schulte bats fifth. J.D. Valle bats sixth. He's at first base in this game. The center fielder Ken Mojica bats seventh, batting seventh. Luis Rodriguez the catcher, batting ninth. Jeff Jamaria the second baseman, and Brandon Mortensen is the pitcher. He's a right-hander. We're set to go game number 2. It will be Alanis Alicia, and it's a strike from Skillman. First pitch coming at 4:56 p.m. Alicia 0 for 3 in the opener. Skillman delivers high with the fastball. One. Swung through and missed 1-2. Dragons won the first game 12-2 in 5. An up and down performance for Ryan Schmidt's team heading into this. Grounded slowly to short. Mason Lowe has it, fires it across in time, 1 away. Now the shortstop, Damian Webster. Webster chases a high fastball. Webster 0 for 3, struck out once, scored a run. He reached on a fielder's choice and eventually scored. Strike 2 called. So Skillman coming out and pounding the zone early on. Pitch upstairs. Defensively for the Dragons, Connor Craig in left field in this one. Jeremiah Caesar in center. Will Reitz in right. That's the outfield. Ryan Moritz is at third base. Mason Lowe at short. The pitch. Swung on and missed. Pitches in the dirt. And Max McGuire will toss it down to complete the out. 2-way. Now the left fielder, Daniel Medina. Medina 0 for 3 with a strikeout in the first game. Infield again, Ryan Moritz at third, Mason Lowe at second, Mason Lowe at short, Ethan White getting the start at second, his second straight start. Zach Baxley at first. He caught the first game, and Max McGuire behind the plate. Medina fouls one off, the glove of McGuire, and it's 0-1. The wind still howling straight out to left field. Lefty into the wind, the pitch. Curveball gets Medina off the plate. Now it's 1-1. Dragons 12 runs, 11 hits, 1 error. Sterling 2 runs, 4 hits, 4 errors. Strike called, 1-2. Mike Brown got the start, got the complete game victory. 5 innings pitched, 7 strikeouts, 4 hits, 2 walks, or 4 walks, 2 earned runs. He's now 3-0. Swing and a miss, and a very efficient 1-2-3 for Brian Skillman to start the game. Couple of strikeouts in that 1-2-3. After half an inning, it's Sterling 0, and the Warriors coming up. Blue Dragons will line up like this for game number 2. Jeremiah Caesar will lead it off and play center field. Will Reitz will bat second and play right field. Batting third is the designated hitter Zane Schmidt. Batting cleanup, first baseman Zach Baxley. In the 5th slot, playing third base, Ryan Moritz. Max McGuire bats 6th and he's the catcher. Left fielder is Connor Craig, getting his first start of the series. Batting 7th, he is now batting 8th is the shortstop Mason Lowe. Batting 9th, Ethan White. And, of course, Brian Skillman, the lefty, on the bump. They will be facing a right-hander in Brandon Mortensen. He's out of Thornton, Colorado. 6 foot, 65-pound sophomore. Dragons kind of had an up and down first game. Not great at bats, really, until Will Reitz launched that 3-run home run. The Dragons had very few quality at bats that Ryan Schmidt's looking for in this series. So he changes up the lineup a little bit. Dragons now a season high 8 games over 500. And Jeremiah Caesar will lead it off, hitting .245 Caesar, 12 for 49. Couple of doubles, 6 RBIs. .240 on base percentage, not great for a leadoff hitter. He takes high for a ball. Easily the fastest Blue Dragon on the team with pure speed. Love to see him plug a gap and watch him go. The 1-0. Taking for a strike, and it's 1-1. The wind in the pitch. Slice foul out of play. And the count now 1-2. Sterling only brought 15 players on the roster. I'm sure we'll see a few other players tomorrow when the series concludes for games 3 and 4. 1-2 to Caesar. Called strike 3. Good bender from Mortensen. Caesar punched out. 1 away for Will Reitz. He snapped an 0 for 8 with a long 3-run home run. The only question was it going to stay fair? It cleared the new locker room building. Haven't been many that have done that. First game, Reitz was 1 for 4. He's 1 for his last 12, and his average has dipped under 300, now hitting .290 with 29 hits, 6 home runs, 20 RBIs. It's that one line shot snagged by the third baseman, Alisea, and there's 2 away. Reitz hit the daylights out of that. Reitz continues to go first pitch hacking, almost to the detriment of himself. When you're slumping like he is now, 1 for 13. You kind of want to take a few pitches and get a look. Now Zane Schmidt. Earlier today, found out he is the NJCA National Player of the Week. In the first game, Zane was 1 for 2, a double, 2 runs, and an RBI. He also walked twice. Now hitting a team-high 385, 13 home runs, 37 driven in. Off-balance swing is popped up, and it will not get out of play. The third baseman, Alisea, just didn't play it. 1-1 to Zane Schmidt. The wind blowing out to left, around 20 miles an hour sustained. Overcast skies here in Hutch. Rain expected later tonight. Blowing into Schmidt, and it's 2-1. Zane was the first baseman in game number 1. Strike called to the knees, and it's 2-2. Serving as the DH here in game number 2, the wind in the pitch. Hit well to center field. That's going to be caught on a running catch down to his knees is Mojica. So some fine defense by the Warriors here in the first. Turn away the Dragons, go down in the order. After 1, there's no score. No score, through one here at Hobart-Detter. Steve Carpenter with you. Game number 2. The Dragons won the first game in run rule, 5 innings, 12-2. Each team retired in order. Now Brian Skillman goes to work against the middle third of the Sterling order. This will be right fielder Andrew Mason. Mason 2 for 3 in the first game, had an RBI single in the first, and he takes high and tight ball 1 from Skillman. 2 strikeouts for Skillman. An 11-pitch first inning for the left-hander. Pitching for the first time since February 13th. That pitch misses a little bit low, and it's 2-0. Ball's hit the right field, unplayable for Will Reeds. He's got it one away. The ball's not going to travel to right near as much with that crosswind. And we had that same deal yesterday. Zane Schmidt actually lost a home run when the wind knocked it down, and the Redlands right fielder caught it right on the track. 4 down for 1 down, 4 up and 4 down, I should say. Now the designated hitter, Kyle Schulte. He takes a strike. Schulte in the first game walked twice, 0 for 1 with a run scored. Schulte checks his swing, and it's 1-1. Good pitch from Skillman, painting the outside corner. 1-2. The pitch, Skillman working quickly, called strike 3. Skillman just challenged him and caught Schulte looking. 3 strikeouts now in the first 5 batters for Brian Skillman. Now DJ Valle. Or JD, excuse me. Valle in the first game, 0 for 2 with a walk and his 2 strikeouts. Takes a strike at the knees. The pitch. High pop, foul territory. Baxley drifting back. May have a play, and he's got it, fighting the wind. And it's another 1-2-3 for Brian Skillman in the second. 1 strikeout in the inning, 6 up and 6 down. To the bottom of the second we go. Dragons nothing, Warriors nothing. No score through an inning and a half. In fact, we are still looking for our first base runner of the game for either team. It'll be Zach Baxley, Ryan Moritz, and Max McGuire. As long as Max is in the game, we will get into what happened yesterday a little bit further. We'll kind of wait until the Dragons are back out of the field while Max is catching. Hutch won the first game 12-2 in 5 innings. The new walk-up for Zach is I'm so excited. Oh, there's a story behind that. Baxley swing, first pitch, swinging, drives it deep to center and gone. I'm so excited, works for Zach. Baxley with a home run. His 3rd of the year. RBI number 18. The change of the walk-up works again, and Hutchinson leads it 1-0. I'm so excited by the Pointer sisters. Yeah. And Zach also shaved his head looking for some different mojo. Now he's getting the head rub. So I'm so excited by the Pointer sisters. Here's Ryan Moritz. He's swinging a nice bat. Hit safely at 9 of 10. He had 3 hits, tied his career high in the first game. Moritz, his batting average up 20 points to 320. Fouled that one back. No home runs, 13 RBIs. He had his 9th double of the season earlier today. First triple yesterday against Redlands. 1-1 to Mo. The pitch. Chased a high fastball, and it's 1-2. That is Ryan Moritz's kryptonite. Chasing high pitches. And he continues to cut the strikeout numbers down the pitch. Called strike 3. That's a good pitch. Backdoor curve gets him. 1 up, 1 down. One down now for Max McGuire, the catcher. Max, a 2-hit game yesterday. RBI. 268 average for McGuire, 22 hits, 3 home runs, 15 RBIs. Zach Baxley's 3rd home run of the year. Right now the difference, 1-0 Hutch. Curve bounces back to the screen, ball 1 to Max. McGuire was perplexed when that whole thing went down yesterday with umpire Ryan Stork, who was in the was on the field. That pitch gets McGuire off the plate a little bit, 2-0. Max out of Lincoln, Nebraska, transfer from Missouri State. 2-0 count. The pitch pulled foul, 2-1. Ball in play, so the home plate umpire asked the pitcher, Mortensen, to step off until the ball can be retrieved. It has, and now we get back to work. The wind of the pitch. A strike at the letters. That was a little high from our vantage point, which is a great one overlooking one of the greatest ballparks in the state of Kansas, Hobart-Detter Field. 2-2 pitch. Breaking pitch misses outside, full count now to McGuire. Connor Craig is next. Here's the payoff. Barely got a piece of it to stay alive, did McGuire. We'll do it all over again tomorrow afternoon, right around 2:45. Here's the payoff to McGuire. Slice foul into the Sterling dugout. Dragons get the weekend off. This is their conference bye. Players, the redshirts up here say they don't get the weekend off. They don't be playing any games. Once again, the 3-2 to Max McGuire. Pitch inside, and he walked him. 1-out walk for McGuire, and that'll bring up Hutch product Connor Craig. Connor hitting .269, making his 7th start of the year. 7 hits and 26 at-bats. He's homered once, driven in 4. A couple of doubles in there. Connor kind of on a feast or famine next to either extra base hit or strikeout as of late for the sophomore. This one snagged by the pitcher. They go to second for 1, to turn back to first, and the throw's dropped. No error on the play. You can't assume the double play, but they get the force. So Craig on at first with a 1-6 fielder's choice. 2 away now for shortstop Mason Lowe. Mason 0 for 2. Walked once, did have an RBI and a run scored. 2 for 18 now for Mason, but he's swinging a decent bat, hitting the ball hard, just right at people. He takes a pitch high for ball 1. beginning a little darker here at Hobart-Detter. No rain in the area, so I'm not worried about that. Rain not supposed to be at about 9 o'clock. The pitch, low, swings and hits it well to right center field. But long run for Mason, he's got it, and the Dragons are turned away in the second. They do get a run on the Zach Baxley home run to dead center field. The new walk-up song worked. After 2, it's Hutchinson 1 and Sterling nothing. Welcome back to Hobart-Detter Field. Zach Baxley's 3rd home run of the year, a bomb to center field. The only run of this one, the only hit of this one. 1-0 Dragons through 2. Ryan Skillman has back to work, and the lights being turned on here at Detter. New lights here. Be my first look at them. Bottom third of the order, Ken Mojica, Luis Rodriguez, and Jeff Jamarillo due up against Skillman. 3 strikeouts through 2 innings. Now let's kind of dive into that goofy play from yesterday that caused about a 30-minute delay. Dragons were leading Redlands 8-1 in the 8th. Zach Furniture pitching. After 2 were retired, he allowed 2 walks on some very close pitches. Mojica takes low for ball 1. Mojica in the first game was 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Also was hit with a pitch. 2-0 now to Mojica. So with 2 on, 2 out, first pitch to Casey Cooper was bounced in by Furniture, and now 3-0 to Mojica. Max McGuire blocks it perfectly. Goes about 7 feet in front of him. The runners do not advance. There's a strike on 3-0. Mojica tosses the bat. That's going to cost him a few inches on the outside corner. 3-1 the count. So Max blocks it, goes out to pick it up. Again, the runners do not advance at first and second. Here's the 3-1 from Skillman. Swing and a miss, full count. As Max goes to pick it up, instinctively he takes off his mask, throws the mask out in front of the ball, and then picks up the ball in one motion. 3-2 pitch. Foul back. It remains full at 3-2. Again, runners weren't moving. In fact, they were going back to their respective bases, and all of a sudden, base umpire Ryan Stork moves them up. Not only moves them up, moves them all the way around. 3-base infraction. That pitch misses high. It's a leadoff walk, and Mojica becomes the first Sterling base runner of game number 2. Now for the catcher, Luis Rodriguez, who was 1 for 1 with a walk in game number 1. So at the time, the runners came all the way around on the 3-base penalty. Skillman's pitch, and it's fouled back off the facing of the press box just above us. As this happened, Ryan Schmidt comes out to argue. And what was ruled was that it was illegal use of equipment to stop the ball. Now there's some terminology that I'll go through with you here. The 0-1 pitch bounces in. Good block by McGuire. This time he doesn't take off the mask and picks up the ball. No worries there. So according to what Ryan Schmidt was told, and I talked to him after the game, He said that is because the equipment was detached from Max, pitched low, and it's 2-1. Because the equipment was detached from Max, meaning wasn't in his hand, that became illegal use of equipment to stop a ball in play. Well, through some quick research up here, as Ryan Schmidt was talking with the officials about it, pitch taken low, 3-1. So Skillman, after 2 strong innings, just missing. Well, he kept first. He walked. Now it's 3-1 to Luis Rodriguez. The pitch swung on and missed, and it's a full count. The key thing was detached. That's what Stork ruled, moved him all the way across. That seemed a bit excessive for a ball that wasn't even batted. The pitch. Low ball 4. It's back-to-back walks to start the third. And they'll bring up 9-hole hitter Jeff Jamarillo. Jamarillo playing second base in this one after playing left field, excuse me. He was 0 for 1 with an RBI. Had a sacrifice and a strikeout. Sacrifice fly and a strikeout. So Ryan Schmidt put the game under protest, which, had that been followed through, would have caused all kinds of chaos. So it was decided that they were just going to play the protest out right there. Both umpires left the field to swing. Huh? No. The pitch. A little bit low. 1-1. So Ryan Schmidt plays the game under protest. Instead of playing it out, if Redlands would have come back and win, they decided to play the protest out right there. Umpires leave the field. And this ended up being about a 30-minute delay yesterday. We were on the course for less than a 2-hour game. It's almost 1-1. Foul off the mask of McGuire. And it's 1-2. So after a lot of discussion out there in the new umpires room, finally the umpires came back and issued a 1-base penalty. So take the runs off the board. Runners at second and third, 2 outs. 2 pitches later, Cooper lines out to Logan Sartori to end the inning. Now through some further research, again, this story's not over yet by any means. Swing and a miss, that's a strikeout, 1 away. 4 strikeouts for Skillman through the first time around the order, and it's back to the top. And now Alanis Alicea grounded out to shortstop Mason Lowe, his first time 0 for 4 in the series. The rule, which was kind of tweaked this year, finding out from regional umpire Greg Mudd, good pitch from Skillman, a strike at the knees. If a defensive player uses a piece of equipment illegally to stop a batted ball, that is the only 3-base penalty in baseball. For instance, if you're a first baseman and the ball's going over your head on a hit ball and you throw the glove up to hit it, that's illegal. That's a 3-base penalty. Strike 2 called, and it's 0-2 to Alicea. It's a 2-base penalty on a thrown ball, meaning after the ball is hit and a fielder throws it somewhere and the other fielder tries to stop it illegally with equipment by detaching itself. Swing and a miss. That's another strikeout, now 2 away. So Skillman's gotten tough after the first 2 batters walked. He strikes out Jamarillo, strikes out Alicea, and now will face shortstop Damian Webster. That was a pitched ball yesterday from Furniture that Max McGuire blocked, so thus only a 1-base penalty. So in terms of what they called, they got the call right. Foul ball by Webster, 0-1. Webster struck out swinging his first time. Went home last night to write the stories, and I was just curious. I wanted to see the play again, which we probably had time to do up here. We could have looked at the stream, so I pulled up the replay of the stream from yesterday. The 0-1. Good bender for a strike, and it's 0-2. Stillman's a strike away from getting out of it. Max McGuire did throw the mask out in front of the ball, but picked up the ball in one motion, and there did not appear to be any contact made. Now with the field umpire in second position, that call would have been really, really tough to call. 0-2 pitch. That one slides outside 1-2. But all of that, about a 30-minute delay for 90 feet, was indeed a strange play, one that I had never seen called before in almost 50 years of watching baseball. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Skillman gets out of the third with no damage. He walks a couple, but then comes back to strike out the side. 6 strikeouts through 3 innings. On to the bottom of the third, Hutchinson 1, Sterling 0. The only difference in this one, a long solo home run by Zach Baxley, his third of the year. 1-0 Hutch. Dragons beat the Warriors 12-2 in 5 innings in the first game. Will Reeds had a 3-run home run in that one. It is 9-1-2 due up here against Brandon Mortensen in the third. He's pitched well so far for the Warriors. Ethan White getting his second straight start at second base. White 1 for 3 in the first game with a double and an RBI. Takes inside ball 1. White now 2 for 6 for the year. A double, 2 RBIs. Swings at that offering and evens the count at 1-1. Outfield straight away and deep in center and left. Mason, the right fielder, in a little bit shallower. Pitch taken a little bit low, 2-1 to Ethan. White had a couple of good swings in the first game. Only his 7th at bat of the year. The pitch. One's looped into center, and it drops for a hit. Got jammed a little bit, and he muscles it to center field for the Dragons' second hit of the game. White's second hit of the series. And leadoff man's aboard to start the third for Jeremiah Caesar, the center fielder. Let's see if the Dragons play a little bunt ball here. Third baseman Alisea way back. This is prime bunt territory for the speedy Caesar. Pitch, not bunting, and takes high ball 1. I'm a little shocked at this in terms of the Sterling defense. White away from first, being held on by Valle. And Caesar swings and drives one toward the gap in right center field, and it's halfway up the wall. Kicks away from the center fielder. White will be sent, and just like that, it's a RBI triple for Caesar, and he was all the way around, just about 40 feet behind White. Caesar puts a charge into it. His third extra base hit of the year, his first triple. RBI number 7, and Hutchinson leads it 2-0. Wow. That was shades of first base coach Toby Cornejo in 2010 trying to wall bang. Ball 1 to Reitz. Reitz lined out to third baseman Alisea. He made a great diving catch to his left, right off the turf. 1-1 now to Reitz. This will be only the second time in the last 13 at-bats he's reached pitch number 3 in an at-bat. Pitch taken upstairs, 2-1, so usually Reitz is up hacking, but hasn't seen very good pitches in this at-bat. They extended the bat for him. 2-1 pitch. Foul back over the press box. Pretty good cut. Now it's 2-2. Update from El Dorado. Dragon softball holding in game number 2, trailing 4-1. They take a 1-0 lead on a Taylor Olery home run, and Butler came back in the bottom of the third with 4. That's how they stand, playing the top of the 5th in El Dorado. Pitch in the dirt, stopped by Rodriguez, and that keeps Caesar at third. And it's a full count to Will Reitz. Dragon softball lost the first game 8-7 on a walk-off. They led almost all the way, battling the nationally ranked Grizzlies. And right there, the struggles they've had this year. Been a very positive day despite the outcome. The pitch, foul back, good swing. We'll keep you up to date on the action at El Dorado. Incidentally, Saturday's softball doubleheader moved to Friday at 3 and 5 at Fun Valley because of potential wet weather on Saturday. 3-2 pitch. Hit him. Reitz hit for the 15th time this year. Runners at the corners, nobody out for the reigning National Player of the Week in Zane Schmidt. Schmidt lined out to center his first time. Time called as Luis Rodriguez goes through a set of signs. Reitz hitting .385, 47 total hits, 13 home runs, 37 RBIs coming into this one. Schmidt was 1 for 2 in the first game with a double. The pitch. He hits one high, deep right center field. Will the ballpark hold it? It is over the center fielder's head. It stays in. 1 run will score. Reitz comes into third, and that'll be a double for Schmidt and an RBI, and the Dragons lead at 3-0. Well, a mound meeting. Will Reitz, Zane Schmidt with his 10th double of the year, RBI number 38. He was the league leader in home runs, 3rd in RBIs. He's now tacked on 2 for the day. Reitz had to make sure, Reitz could have scored, but he had to make sure the ball was or wasn't going to be caught. So 4 straight of Reitz to start the third. White singled, Caesar tripled. Reitz was hit by a pitch on a 3-2 delivery. Zane Schmidt doubled, and now it's Zach Baxley who homered his last time. Bax's 3rd home run and RBI number 18. The pitch. Good stop by Rodriguez and a pitch in the dirt. We told you yesterday that a struggling Zach Baxley had his walk-up song pulled away. And the at-bat previous to this, they played I'm So Excited by the Pointer Sisters, and he hit the home run to center. Breaking pitch low, 2-0 to Baxley. Tomorrow, I'll get some career totals for all these sophomores. Some impressive numbers being put up by the 2019 Blue Dragon sophomores. 3-0 Hutch. Still nobody out the pitch. Well hit to left, but it's going to hang up and be caught by Medina. Tagging and scoring is Reitz to make it 4-0. So a sac fly and an RBI for Baxley. He drives in number 19 for the year. That is Baxley's 6th multi-RBI game. Now 1 away with a runner at second. 4-0 Hutch. 3 in the inning for Ryan Moritz. Ball one to Mo. He's hit safely in 9 of his last 10. His last 2 games have been multi-hit games. 3 hits in the first game of this series. Had 2 yesterday against Redlands. Hutch now with 4 hits in the game. Lefty-righty matchup. There is action in the Sterling pen. Mortensen gives it, look, the pitch. Took a shot to left and fouls it off. 1-1. We'll be back at it again tomorrow, 2:45. And again, with the potential of rain tonight, tomorrow's games may get pushed back a little bit. Keep up with those changes on the Blue Dragons social media pages on Twitter and Facebook. The pitch. Fouled off again by Moore. It's 1-2. Schmidt gets his lead away from second. Being held closely by the shortstop. The pitch. This one pulled, foul on a breaking pitch inside. Nice piece of hitting by Moritz to stay alive at 1-2. Again, no games for the Dragons. They'll be back in action next Tuesday in a neutral site game in Oklahoma against Seminole State. Pitch misses. And it's 2-2. The game will be in Edmond, Oklahoma next Tuesday. Here's the pitch. Breaking pitch stays high. 3-2 now to Moritz. Dragons will return to conference play next Thursday, April 11th. They're at Pratt for a pair, and then return here on April 13th. That's Saturday. Dragons halfway through the conference season. They're 2-0-2 in terms of series. 1-2, lost none, split 2. Moritz stays alive again. Blue Dragons still have Pratt, Seward County, Colby, and Cloud County remaining on the conference slate. That Cloud County series moved to the last week. They were supposed to be the opening series, but weather screwed up that entire week for everybody. 3-2 pitch. Moritz works a walk. Nice at bat for Mo. 2 on, 1 out for Max McGuire. Mortensen, 2 1/3 innings pitched, 4 hits, 4 earned runs, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. He's also hit a batter, and he has reached the 50 pitch mark. Last time up, McGuire walked. Coming off a 2-hit game yesterday. Did not play in game number 1. Takes a big cut, misses, 0-1. Today, if you're going to hit one to left, you don't have to swing hard. If you can get it up in the jet stream, it's going to carry. Will Reetz's home run did not need the extra help. Pitch in the dirt, good stop by Rodriguez. He has stopped 3 or 4 this inning that have saved at least 4 bases for the Warriors. That's why it's still a game right now. Dragons with 1 in the second, 3 so far here in the third, second and first, and 1 out. The 1-1 to McGuire. Upstairs, 2-1. Dragons have won 4 of their last 5. The pitch. That ball's well hit to right down the line, and it's going to be caught just in foul territory by Medina. They'll chase the runners back. Another good long running catch. Outfield of this Sterling team, not bad. They can travel and track some balls down. 2 on, 2 out for now for Connor Craig. Craig last at bat, first pitch hacking, reached on a fielder's choice. Then retired McGuire at second. The pitch. That hit him. Connor Takes one in the helmet off a curveball. He's all right, but that'll load the bases for Mason Lowe, who is due. Lowe hit one well to right field. He is due for a hit now, 2 for 19. But in these last two starts, he has had a ton of atom balls. The pitch. Fastball for a strike. Schmidt at third, Moritz at second, Craig at first. 4-0 Hutchinson here in the bottom of the third. That one's hit the center field and will drop for a hit. Schmidt scores. Moritz rounding third as they miss the cutoff. He will score. Moving into second base on the throw is Mason Lowe, a 2-run single, and it's 6-0. Mason Lowe will take second on the throw when he gets his first hit since mid-March. And Lowe drives in runs 2 and 3, and the Dragons lead at 6-0. Moritz and Schmidt score on the play. Craig goes to third. 6-0 Dragons. 1-0 pitch to White. Popped up. Foul territory. It's going to blow back in, and the catch is made by the first baseman, Valle. And the inning is over. Another good turn by the Dragons. They put up a 5 spot. 5 runs on 4 hits, no errors and 2 left. We've completed 3. Hutchinson 6, Sterling nothing. Back on the air for games 3 and 4 of this 4-game series with the Sterling Warriors. 2:45 airtime, 3 p.m. first pitch, right here on the Blue Dragon Sports Network. Blue Dragon fans, if you want to help out Blue Dragon Athletics, join the Blue Dragon Golf Tournament. It'll be May 3rd at Cary Park Golf Course. All the information located online at BlueDragonSports.com. Also, multiple hits on Twitter and Facebook. $560 per team for a 4-man scramble. A lot of fun, a lot of great prizes. So help out the Blue Dragons. The Blue Dragon Golf Tournament, May 3rd at Cary Park Golf Course. Here's Medina. Swings and misses at that offering. Daniel Medina, 0 for 1 with a strikeout. He's now 0 for 4 in the series with a pair of punch-outs. Nice job by Skillman in the third. He walked the first 2 batters to start the third inning, and then struck out batters 9, 1, and 2. 6 strikeouts through 3 for Skillman. The pitch. Foul back over the press box. Remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Next pitch for Skillman will be his 50th. Wind continues to blow out to center. 2-2 pitch. Did he go around? Yes, he did. And Max McGuire will apply the tag. Strikeout number 7 for Brian Skillman. 1 away here in the 4th for the right fielder, Andrew Mason. Mason flew out to right his first time. One of the few lefties in the Warriors lineup. Again, if you're wondering why the Dragons are playing a 4-game set against the KCAC JV team, strike on the inner half. This is the Dragons' bye week for conference play. There are 9 teams, so there's one team every week that doesn't get a conference series once the season opens. Great pitch from Skillman. That's a strike, and it's 0-2. For several years, Ryan Schmidt's Blue Dragons have been able to play Longview College out of the KC Metro system. Pitch upstairs, 1-2. Longview dropped baseball this year, and the Dragons just couldn't find another NJCA opponent, be it Division I or Division II, to bring in here on this weekend. The slider just misses, and it's 2-2. Good pitch from Skillman. So they had to do something in order to get some games in. And Sterling was the answer. Pitch high and tight. So from 0-2 to 3-2 now. Lefty-lefty matchup. Here's the payoff from Skillman. Got him swinging. Strikeout number 8, 2 away. That is now 5 consecutive strikeouts for Skillman. And now the designated hitter, Kyle Schulte. Schulte took a called third in the second and is only a bat of game number 2. There's the pitch. Off speed, swung through and missed. If you were with us yesterday, you noticed there's something different about center field at Hobart-Detter Field. No more flagpole in play. Tap foul at the plate, 0-2 to Schulte. Flagpole now sits on the outfield side of the fence, just to the right of the scoreboard. Dragon players not happy about it. They're used to that foul pole being out there. Another piece of home field advantage. Pitch fastball, misses inside, gets Schulte off the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Let's see if Skillman comes with off speed outside. The pitch wasn't outside, but it was down in the dirt. Now it's 2-2. Dragons with 1 in the second, 5 in the third. The 2-2 pitch popped up, and it's back out of play.
Yeah, I'm going to step out here in a second, and I'll do that.
Once again, the 2-2. Yeah. Tap foul. So Schulte has fought off a couple. Oh, yeah. The wind in the 2-2. Ball's hit the left center. Playable. And it's Connor Craig making the call, and the inning is over. 4 innings in the books for Skillman. He's not allowed a hit. They go to the bottom of the 4th. 6-0 Blue Dragons. 6-0 Blue Dragons, bottom of the fourth. Dragons in the third sent 10 to the plate. 5 scored. Now Jeremiah Caesar, in his first triple of the year, hit it halfway up the right center field wall. Pitch taken a little bit outside for ball 1. Just only you can way to describe Jeremiah. It's his extreme speed. There's a shot to the right side. Backhanded stop by the second baseman, but no chance to get the fleet-footed Caesar. That'll be an infield single. Jamarillo got to it on the backhand. Made a nice backhanded stop to his right, but there wasn't a chance to get Caesar. So a 2-hit game for Jeremiah. His second 2-hit game of the year. Now Ethan White, the batter. Will Reitz, the batter, takes a strike. Reitz 0 for 1, lined out on a great diving catch by the third baseman, Alisea, then was hit by a pitch and scored in the third. Strike 2. Well, kind of looks like now that Will has decided to take a few pitches. He worked a full count before wearing one in his last at bats. The first time in several bats he's gone past 3 pitches. Runner goes. Pitches down low the throw, not nearly in time, with stolen base for Jeremiah Caesar. His third in 3 attempts. Now 1-2 count to Reitz with an RBI opportunity, a runner in scoring position at second with nobody out. The pitch. Foul off. Reitz with runners in scoring position, 9 for 34, has a 265 average. The pitch, a little bit low. In a situations to advance a runner with runners in scoring position less than 2 out, he is 4 for 5. So he's advanced runners pretty well. Caesar at second. Curved ball in the dirt. Trying to move up with Caesar, and he's in easily on a wild pitch. That ball didn't kick very far, and Caesar was off and running. So now at third base with a full count to Reitz. From 0-2 to 3-2. We'll see how it works out. Here's the payoff. Struck him out on a high fastball. 1 out for Zane Schmidt, the designated hitter. RBI double and a run scored his last time up in the third, 1 for 2. That was Schmidt's team-high 10th double. He now has 38 RBIs. He came into the afternoon third in the Jayhawk with 36 RBIs. Of course, the league leader, and he's tied for the national lead with 13 home runs. The pitch. Inside. Nearly hit him. Good stop by Rodriguez, keeping Caesar at third. It's not going to take much, and Jeremiah's going to take off. We've gotten to see his speed a little bit on display in this one, running the bases. He had the opening day start in center, Brian Schmidt hoping he would take that position over, but he struggled. Big cut, snap throw to third. No play on Caesar, he's back easily. Zane was swinging for the Salt City Splash there and came up empty. Dragons about hit this Warriors 6-0. 1-1 pitch. Popped up down the left field line. 3 players giving chase, and it's the left fielder, Medina, making the catch. Tagging and coming in to score easily is Caesar. That's a sac fly for Zane Schmidt, who drives in his second run of the game, now 38 RBIs, and the Dragons lead at 7-0. So Caesar's speed manufactures a run. An infield single, stole second, moved up to third on a wild pitch, and then scored on the sac fly by Schmidt. Now Baxley takes low for a ball. Ground ball left side. The shortstop knocks it down, and that'll be a base hit for Baxley. Infield single for Bax. He's 2 for 3, hit. 7 hits now for Hutch. There's a ground ball up the middle by Moritz, gotten to by the shortstop. They flipped the bag for the force, and the inning is over. Dragons come up with one more on the sac fly by Schmidt that scores Caesar through 4, 7-0 Hutchinson. Zach Philbin in the pitch for the Blue Dragons. Big 6'3", 250-pound sophomore lefty out of Omaha. Takes over for Brian Skillman, who throws 4 hitless innings. And the first pitch to J.D. Valle has popped up. Second baseman Ethan White takes charge and has it for out number 1. The Blue Dragons leading 7-0 here. The numbers on Zach Philbin. 3-0 with no save, making his 10th appearance. 4.40 ERA. He had one really bad outing to inflate that ERA. Other than that, he's been solid. Pitch outside to Ken Mojica for ball 1. Philbin 14 of the third innings, pitched 15 hits, 7 earned runs, 20 strikeouts, 6 walks, and opponents hitting .254 against. There's a swing and a miss for a strike. Brian Skillman, 4 innings, no runs, no hits, 2 walks, and a season-high 8 strikeouts. 1 and 2 now to Mojica. The pitch. Called strike 3. That was right down the chute. Mojica didn't even take the bat off the shoulder. 9th strikeout for Dragon pitching. First for Philbin, and now the catcher Luis Rodriguez. He walked his first time up. Bottom of the 6th down in El Dorado. Butler has increased their lead over the Blue Dragons softball team to 5-1. But the Dragons have battled the nationally ranked Grizzlies today. Good signs for them. Philbin pitches to Rodriguez and delivers a strike. The pitch. Taken a little bit low for a ball, 1-1. Seven runs, 7 hits for Hutch. No runs, no hits for Sterling. Dragons won the first game 12-2 and 5. The pitch. Swung on and missed, 1-2. That thing just had no chance of being hit by Rodriguez. Good location outside corner at the knees by Philbin. The big lefty comes set, now delivers a 1-2. Got him swinging, that's the inning. 2 strikeouts for Philbin. 3 up and 3 down. We head to the bottom of the 5th. 7-0 Blue Dragons. Alex Pointer, the game 1 starter, takes back over on the mound in game number 2. He relieves Brendan Mortensen, who worked the first 4 innings and allowed 7 runs on 7 hits. It'll be Max McGuire, Connor Craig, and Mason Lowe due up here in the bottom of the 5th. The Dragons score 3. And it's over via the run rule. McGuire 0 for 1 with a walk. That pitch bounces in. Dragons won the first game in 5 innings, 12-2. Mike Brown getting the win. Well, reach a 3-run home run in that one. Half the Dragons' 10 hits were for extra bases, 4 doubles, and the Reeds homer. McGuire swings and lifts one to center. Moving over is Mojica. He's got it, one away. Blue Dragon softball now in a little bit of danger of being mercy ruled. They're down 8-1. Butler has a runner at first and 1 out in the bottom of the 6th. That's an 8-run mercy rule in softball. Here's Connor Craig, 0 for 1, reached on a fielder's choice and was hit by a pitch. Curveball misses per ball 1. The wind in the pitch. Line shot, left center field. That's down for a hit. Connor gets his first one. He's going to try for 2. And he's going to be in safely with the hustle double. Great hustle by Connor Craig. Connor with his third two-bagger of the year, fourth extra base hit. And that's just pure hustle out of the box. Nice job by him. 1-on-1 out for Mason Lowe. Two-run single his last time up. Brandon Rushing throwing in the Dragon pen. He will likely get the sixth inning, assuming we get that far. Craig gets his lead from second. Now the pitch. Hit down the left field line. That's foul. Dragons still awaiting the return of sophomore outfielder Riley Metzger. Injured a hand a few weeks ago. Took BP for the first time today. Said there was a little bit of discomfort. But he felt pretty good about it. The 0-1. Misses in the dirt. 1-1 the count down to Low. Dragons looking to go a season high 9 games over 500. The 1-1. Hit well left center field. Long run for Medina. He's got it. Another long catch by the left fielder. Daniel Medina. He's gone both ways to make good catches. Low retired. Now 2 away for Ethan White. Dragons with 1 in the second, 5 in the third. 1 in the fourth. Connor Craig, a hustle double now at second with 2 away. First pitch swinging is White. He hits one toward right center field. It's going to hang up for the center fielder Mojica, and the Dragons are turned away in the fifth. No runs, a hit, 1 left. We go to the sixth, 7-0 Hutchinson. Brandon Rushing, a 6'3", 190-pound redshirt freshman from Lake Charles, Louisiana, takes over on the hill. Rushing 1 appearance this year. They're coming on February 13th here at Hobart-Detter Field in the second game of a doubleheader against Coffeyville. That was a 17-4 win by the Red Ravens. It was a tough outing for Brandon. 2/3 of an inning, 4 hits, 5 earned runs. 1 strikeout, a double, and a home run allowed. So not having pitched in almost 7 weeks. Yes, Jeff Jamarillo leads it off 9-1-2 here in the Sterling 6th. Jamarillo struck out swinging. Foul ball at the plate and 1-1. Brian Skillman worked the first 4, struck out 8. Zach Philbin a spotless 5th with 2 strikeouts, and now it's Rushing. 1-1. Chase the high fastball. Now it's 1-2. We're going to see a lot of arms we're not used to seeing this week. Pitch. Just missed the inside corner. That brought some oohs and ahs. 2-2. A little pop up in the infield to second baseman White. He's got it one away. Now it's back to the top of the order. And Alanis Alicea. Alicea 0 for 2. A ground out to short and a strikeout. Alicea 0 for 5 in the series. The pitch. Low ball 1, a fastball. Dragons won the first one 12-2. Hard hit ground ball, and there's the first hit of the game for Sterling. So they carry a no-hitter, 1 out into the 6th. Now Alicea gets his first hit of the series. Now Damian Webster, the second baseman. Webster grounds it up the middle. Could be 2. 2-1, and that's a double play. Shortstop Mason Lowe takes himself, steps on the bag, fires across, and just like that, the inning is over. No runs, a hit, the first of the game for Sterling. Nobody left to the bottom of the 6th. 7-0 Blue Dragons. Jeremiah Caesar to lead off the bottom of the 6th inning here at Hobart-Detter Field. It's Caesar, and then we expect some pinch hitters to come up. Jeremiah Caesar, 2 for 3. RBI triple and a run scored in the 3rd, singled and scored in the 4th. He singled, stole second, moved up on a very short wild pitch, and then scored on the Zane Schmidt sacrifice fly. Dragons need 3 to end it here. Brandon Rushing pitched a spotless 6. There's a high fly to left. Medina's got it tracked, and there's 1 away. Now Will Reitz. Ball 1 to Will. Reitz 0 for 2. He's been hit by a pitch and scored. Struck out his last time up. The pitch. Pulled foul. Nothing. It's 1-1. The 1-1 to Reitz. High chopper to short, fielded by Webster. Takes his time and safe. Reitz beats it out. Infield single. Again, just sheer hustle. Now we're going to get a pinch hitter. It'll be Haven product Eric Williams. Pinch hitting for Zane Schmidt. The wind in the pitch is taken for a strike. Williams making his second pinch hit appearance. He's 0 for 1. Reitz at first, 1 away on an infield single. Dragons now with 9 hits in the game. The pitch. Foul back to the screen, and it's 0-2. So Williams battles from an 0-2 hole. The pitch. Pitch outside, snap throw to first. Back in safely is Reitz. Valle made a nice play to corral that throw wide of the bag. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 away here in the 6th. Then I'll bring up Zach Baxley. Bax 2 RBIs in the game.
First baseman, number 26, Zach Baxley.
Home run in the 2nd and a sac fly in the 3rd. He also singled in the 4th, 2 for 2. Strike called. Bax had his 5-game hitting streak snapped in game number 1 with an 0 for 3. So he's now hit safely in 5 of his last 6. The 0-1 pitch hits him. Or is it a foul ball off the bat? It was. No argument from Zach, and it's 0-2. Hit right off the knob of the bat. No argument. No, it's not been. Reach away from first to pitch. Tried to stick the knee out. Takes it inside for ball 1 and 2. Dragons with a 7-0 lead. Here's the pitch. Pitch up and is pulled foul. Max was all over that pitch, just way out in front of it. Game scheduled for 7. All 4 games in the series are. The pitch. Foul back over the press box. And we'll be back at it again tomorrow. 2:45. Again, rain expected this evening. Should be about 9 or 10 o'clock before it rolls in. The Tarp will be pulled tonight to protect the infield as much as possible. Again, if there's a pushback of the start time tomorrow, we'll update you on Blue Dragon social media. 1-2 pitch. Tap foul. That's 3 straight 2-strike pitches. That Bax is fouled off. So the Dragon softball team swept at Butler, but much closer than the 2 games in Hutchinson last week. They lost 10-0, 5-1. Then today it was 8-7 in a walk-off and 9-1, which Butler pulled away late to earn the run rule victory. The pitch. Way outside, 2-2. 7 runs, 9 hits, no errors, 5 left on for Hutch. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 left on for the Warriors. 2-2 runner goes. Pitch way outside, and Rodriguez won't even attempt to throw. A stolen base for Reitz. Now 3-2 to Baxley. Reitz steals his second base in 4 attempts. Here's the payoff. High ball 4. Good AB for Bax to work that walk. That is just the 3rd walk issued by Sterling pitching. Now here's Ryan Moritz. 0 for 2. Moritz walked in the 3rd and scored. Took a called 3rd and reached on a fielder's choice. And he takes ball 1. And this series added in this year because Longview College, Hutchinson's longtime conference bye week opponent, dropped baseball after last season. Dragons couldn't find any way to come in over the week. They pitch in the dirt. 2-0 now to Moritz. And I think if you talk to Ryan Schmidt, it's better this game, but still not a ton of quality at bats, probably as much as they were wanting in this series. Strike at the letters by Moritz, and it's 2-1. Brandon Mortensen worked the first 4 for Sterling. He allowed 7 hits, 7 runs. Struck out 3 and walked 2. Runners go, swing and a miss. It'll be a double steal. Reed steals 3rd, Baxley steals 2nd. And that is now Reed's 3rd steal and Baxley's 5th. So 2 in scoring position with 2 out. Little roller up the middle. The shortstop gets to it, fields and throws, and gets Moritz by a step. And this one will go to 7. For the Dragons, no runs, a hit, and 2 left. Hutchinson strands 7 through 6 innings. We head to the 7th inning, 7-0 Blue Dragons. Brandon Rushing will try to close it out for Hutch here in the 7th. 7-0 Blue Dragons. A non-save situation for Brandon, but he hasn't pitched since February 13th. Gave up a one out single in the sixth, but he raced that on a 6-3 double play. Low to Baxley. So Sterling needs 7 to stay alive. 3, 4, and 5 in the order. Medina, Mason, and Schulte. Daniel Medina has played a very strong center or left field today. Takes the first rushing pitch in the dirt. Medina has struck out twice, both swinging. Now 0 for 5 with 3 strikeouts in the series. The pitch. Right through there, a strike. Airtime 2:45 tomorrow. First pitch at 3. Again, if weather pushes it back, we'll let you know. 1-1. Breaking pitch, a beauty over the inner half. 1-2 now to Medina. In case you're wondering where Sterling College is located, the pitch, tap foul. Located in Sterling, Kansas, just about 20 miles northwest of Hutch. The school belongs, there was an NAIA school belonging to the Kansas Collegiate Athletic Conference, the KCAC. 20-15 record on a 10-game winning streak, their varsity team is. It's a high pop, maybe playable for Baxley. It's pushed back in, and Bax makes the catch in foul territory. One away here in the Warriors' 7th. Now the right fielder, Andrew Mason. Mason 0 for 2, 1 for 4 in the series. Today in game 2, he's flown out to right and struck out swinging. Brian Skillman stands to be the winner. Big cut and foul back. It would be Skillman's first decision of the season. And he was making only his second appearance and threw 4 hitless innings with 8 strikeouts. Off the plate wide, 1-1 now to Mason. And pitch misses outside, 2-1. Dragons 2 outs away from win number 22. We said earlier, it's 27 straight years with at least 20 wins in a season. Good strike at the knees from Rushing. 2-2 to Mason. The lowest win total in the Ryan Schmidt era was 22 in his first year in 2013. And pitch inside, full count. Dragons went 22-20, or 22-30, excuse me. It was also the Dragons' last losing season. Won next year. The Dragons won the Jayhawk West. Pitch inside, and that's a 1-out walk issued by Rushing to Mason. That'll bring up the designated hitter, Kyle Schulte. Schulte has struck out looking and flown out, 0 for 2. That pitch hit him. So Rushing getting himself into a little bit of trouble. A walk and now a hit batsman. Hutchinson's low hit total this year by the pitching staff, 2. 2-hitter on February 21st at Rose State in a 17-5 win. Now J.D. Valle. Dragons have rolled 1 double play. I'd love to see another one here to close it out. Pitch way inside, back to the screen. Now Rushing's kind of lost his control. Wild pitch, charge to Rushing. Runners at second and third now. That takes the force off, and also it puts the shutout in jeopardy. Dragons have yet to throw a shutout this year. They held Redlands to 1-1 yesterday. Well, went around. rather, excuse me, swing. Count at 1-1 now to Valle. Ken Mojica on deck. 1-1 pitch. Challenged him up the ladder and foul tip into the glove of Max McGuire, and now rushing up in the count. 1-2 on Valle. Dragons trying to finish off win number 2 of this series. Good pitch up and in, and it's fouled off by Valle. Stays alive, and it stays 1-2 strikes. One of these days, we are going to play a game here at Hobart-Detter Field where there's not a cloud, beautiful sunshine, and about 75 degrees. Hopefully, it's not when the Monarch season starts. Two balls and 2 strikes the count. Here's the pitch. Got him swinging. 2 away. That'll bring up Mojica, who's the last chance. 0 for 1 with the strikeout and the walk. Pitch a little bit high for a ball of Mojica. Mojica 0 for 1 in game number 1. That pitch is fouled at the plate. Dragons had 11 hits in the first game, 9 so far here in this one. Sterling was held to 4 in game number 1 and limited to just 1 hit here in game number 2. The pitch. Strike outside corner. Good pitch from Rushing, and now the Warriors down to their final strike. Rushing comes set and delivers. Ground ball slowly to short. Mason Lowe fields, throws, and that's the ball game. The Blue Dragons get the shutout, their first of the year, a combined shutout, a combined 1-hitter between 3 pitchers. And Hutchinson wins it 7-0. We'll wrap it up after this break. Blue Dragons take the first two of this series, winning 12-2 in 5 innings and 7-0, a combined one-hit shutout in game number 2. So the Dragons now 22-13, a season-high 9 games over 500. And I'm trying to get one more piece of information before we wrap this up to let everybody know. When's the last time Blue Dragon pitchers threw a one-hitter? We'll have that just in a second here as I flip through my extensive files. Single game. There it is. So the Dragons win this one 7-0. Couple of home runs to speak of. Will Reeds had a 3-run bomb in the first game. Zach Baxley, a solo shot here in this one. Dragons out-hit Sterling 9-1. Information coming up on my computer now. This is the first one-hitter since last year that at MCC Longview. Dragons have had 3 no-hitters in history. Yeah. So the Dragons get the win. Final totals for this one. For the Dragons, 7 runs, 9 hits, no errors, 7 left on. For Sterling, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 4 left on. Winning pitcher, Brian Skillman. He's 1-0. He goes 4 innings and strikes out 8. Zach Philbin works 1 inning with 2 strikeouts, and Brandon Rushing works the final 2 with 3 Ks. He allowed the only hit. Time of ball game, 1 hour and 41 minutes. So the Dragons get the first 2, now 22-13. We'll be back at it again tomorrow at 3 p.m., the final 2 games of this series with the Sterling College Warriors. Until then, Steve Carpenter from Hobart-Detter Field. Have a good evening. We'll talk to you again tomorrow. The Dragons take the first 2 games of the series, 12-2 and 7-0. We'll see you then. So long, everybody.